Okay. So hi guys, no. So today we are going to discuss the percentage tax, no. This is one of the business tax, no, nga parang common, no, to all businesses because once nga mag-open ka sa imong small business, no, sa mga starting business, sa mga startup na businesses, and once that you register it, no, sa BIR, you are automatically charged, or hindi naman charged, you are automatically registered as a percentage taxpayer. Okay? Kay tungod once nga nag-open isang business or ano um kasi the VAT, no, the value added tax na threshold is 3 million subong. So once nga nag-open ka, you're automatically part of the percentage taxpayers. But of course, you are given options to opt for a value-added tax registration if may mga certain conditions na nga imit for the BIR, and they will approve it, no. Kasi there are businesses nga once nga nag-open sila, they are expecting na parang within the year, no, magalapaw sila 3 million pesos na sales, and mostly sila mga contractors, no, contractors sa mga construction. Okay, so they are expecting na tungod ang bulk of transactions ng business nila magadamo within the year, so nag-opt na lang sila for value added tax, no, of course to have bearing sang ilang mga purchases. But dire, no, sa percentage tax wala gavari or wala matter, no, ang mga expenses, no, ang mga purchases of the business. Itungod ang percentage tax, no, focuses on taxing, no, based on the gross selling price of the business, no. Before, the percentage tax, no, is charged every month, no, every 20 days after the end of the month, na amo na sa una. But today, no, the BIR issued some memorandum before nga naga-state nga ang percentage tax should be filed quarterly, no. So ang VAT continue nga ang VAT is my monthly and my quarterly, but si percentage tax, no, to give some leeway sa mga percentage tax taxpayers, and para maano man, no, para ma-avoid man nila ang damo ng mga papers. So they give the percentage taxpayers, no, a quarterly filing na lang. So i-total mo ang 3 months mong parang gross sales multiplied by the percentage tax, no, and you will file it quarterly basis. So let's go to the definition, no, of what is a percentage tax. Okay, so a percentage tax, no, is a national tax measured by a certain percentage of the gross selling price. But generally, no, percentage tax is 3% of the gross selling price. But during the COVID period, during the train application, and during that COVID period on January 2020, sang year 2020, no. So the BIR issued a memorandum nga nag-reduce from 3% to 1%. Pero ini nga memorandum nagwa na on 2021 na, on the year 2021. But the effectivity is is on the 2020th, no, na year. So the taxpayers have given, no, some parang tawag niya some chance, no, to have ang ilang mga extra sa dito nga payment nga 3%, no, kay tungod 1% lang ang sukton, so mayara sila 2% nga i-claim nila as a tax credit, no, para mas maupos na lang siya i-claim kaysa nga i-tax refund nila. So we process it as a tax credit na lang on the next nga mga payment for the BIR. Okay, so what is the scope of the percentage tax? Actually duha, no. So first is for the services specifically subject to percentage tax, no, nga amo ni sa atong pagdiskussan ano-ano ni silang mga specifically, no, nga mga parang services na subject sa different rates sa percentage tax. And mayroon kita ginatawag nga general percentage tax or ang sale of goods or other services that are not exempted. So meaning all other businesses, no, nga open kag hindi sila exempted and hindi sila registered as a VAT taxpayer, they are required to pay a 3%, no. Pero amo to ang hambal ko may memorandum nga kuan that states nga ang percentage tax na lang subong is 1% of the gross sales, no, sang isa ka business. So mina siya. So what if sa board exam, no? To pay board exam. So we're waiting, no, for the parang announcement, no, ni Board of Accountancy if ano bala ang paggagamiton nga parang sundon nga rates, no. But of course, you should prepare, no, if old and new. Kay there are times nga nagwa sa board examination hambalila before nga hindi ko na magwa ang train law, but they included it in the board examination. So it's better that you prepare, no, and mamatter siya on the year, no, on how you solve it within the year. So kapag ginambal niya before 2020 percentage tax will be 3%. So after the January 20 to January 1, 2020, no, 2020 year, no, so 1% na lang siya, no, and until now concurrently, 1% Japon ang percentage tax. So who pays the percentage tax? Okay, so sino ang ma-pay sa percentage tax for the specific percentage tax? Kung VAT registered taxpayers, yes, no, kay do parang ang treatment niya sini is a separate, no, a separate parang tax, no, and the non-VAT taxpayers, yes, okay. So na siya. While ang sa general percentage tax nga tong 1% nga mo ni siya ang para tanan-tanan nga open business, no, nga subject sa percentage tax. Ang VAT registered taxpayers, there's no need to file for it or there's no need to pay for it. But on the non-VAT taxpayers, you parang required, no? Required nga para mabayad. Kaya mo na siya ang bayaran niya tax. Okay, so please wait lang ha. Okay, so yun na siya. Okay. So what are those, no, services na specifically subject to percentage tax? So different rates ni siya ha. So when we say of general percentage tax, 1%, isa lang na siya. It's either 3% or 1% depending on the year. No, but sa specifically services nga subject sa percentage tax, sari-sari na sila, no? So ano-ano na siya nga mga services? First, the banks, mga bangko and non-bank financial intermediaries. 2 is the international carriers, no, of transport of cargos, excess baggage in mails only. Take note ha, transport of cargos, excess baggage in mails only, wala passenger, right? So next, common carriers and their transport of passengers by land and keepers of garage, no? So diri naman sa common carriers by land, no? By land, right? By land siya. So sir, anong mga by land? Taxi, jeepney, taxi, buses, right? So certain amusement places, no? Mga entertainment places. So mga brokers in effecting sales of stocks through PSE, incorporations or shareholders of initial public offerings or IPO, no, kung mabatian niyo ang term nga IPO, so ang meaning niya sina initial public offering. So ano ni siya, no, just to give you some idea of what is an IPO. So before a stock market, before a stock, no, to be listed as part of the Philippine stock market, so they must undergo initial public offering, no? Amo na siya ang parang process. And ano na siya ang PSE, ang Philippine Stock Exchange. So ang Philippine Stock Exchange, no, amo na siya ang parang tanan-tanan ng mga big companies, no, nga listed, yung say listed nakabutang sa Philippine Stock Exchange, no, are dira, no, and may mga traders, no, mga naga-buy and sell of stock. So depende sa business model sa isa ka business, no, naga-trade sang stocks, no, and ano na siya, and ang business before ka makasulod sa Philippine Stock Exchange, no, you must undergo first the initial public offering, no, or ang ginatawag nga IPO. So next, certain franchise grantees. Ano ni siyang franchise grantees? May term, mabala niyo siya. 7, life insurances, companies and agents of foreign insurance. Take note ha, life insurance, hindi isang non-life, right? telephone companies on overseas communication, and high-align cockpit operators or winning. So para mga betting, no? Mga betting operations or services. So let's go first here sa tax on banks and non-bank financial intermediaries, no? Performing quasi-banking functions or quasi-banking functions. So banks, no, refers to entities engaged in the lending of funds obtained in the forms of deposits. So balang na kung anong bank, no? But when we say of non-bank intermediaries, no, these are persons or entities whose principal function includes lending, investing, or placement of funds or evidence of indebtedness or equity deposit with them, acquired by them, or otherwise cursed through them, neither for their own account or for the account of others. So, ang banks yan nagabaton deposits, no? Parang normal nga bank, no? Gakanto ko to, ma-savings ka, no? We say of non-bank intermediaries among sa mga investment houses, no? Mga financial institutions other than banks. Okay, kay hindi lang niya when we say of financial institution, hindi lang na saya banks, no? May mga lending companies, no? Ano pa da, mga investing companies, mga sa mutual funds, right? So ito parang mina muna sa non-bank. So next, what is a quasi-banking function or quasi-banking function? So it refers to the borrowing of funds for 20 or more personal or corporate lenders at any one time, no? Through the issuance or endorsement of acceptance of debt instrument of any kind other than deposits. So pwede ganit mga bonds, no? Kaya bonds is considered as a debt instrument, di ba? So in the financial accounting, it is considered as a debt instrument. Now, for borrower's own account or through the issuance of certificate of assignment or similar instruments, I mean, so with recourse or of the purchase agreements for the purposes of relending or purchasing receivable or other similar obligation like mga factoring na kumatandaan sa accounts receivable, may mga assigning of receivables na dala na sila sa mga ginatawag na quasi-banking functions. So, how will the BIR tax them? No? So, dire, you have 3 different tax rates, no? So, isa-isa ta siya. First, no, so source of income is the percentage tax rate. Ini mga source of income inang mga nagasulod nga income on the banks, on the banks. Okay, so interest income, first, the commissions and discounts from lending activities and income from financial leasing on the basis of remaining maturities of instruments from which the receipts were derived. No? So ining tandaan nyo, if ang maturity period, so ina nga parang loans or mga lending activities, no? Mga interest income nga makuha mo from the loans. So tanan-tanan na, if ang maturity period niya, when we say of maturity period, amo na siya ang the term of the loan, no? So maturity period of that is 5 years or less. No? It is taxed at 5%. Right? It is taxed at 5%. Okay? So while if the maturity of that specific loan or mga loans, no, is more than 5 years. So pila ka percent? They are taxed at 1%. Okay, so the dividend, the next one will be the dividend in equity shares in the net income of subsidiaries. So anong subsidiaries? Diba sa financial accounting? Or basi wala niyo pa na-encounter? When we say of subsidiaries, there is a if a company, no, parang mayara sa ang total of investment niya dito sa specific nga another company, no, gives them the right of control over that company, no, it is considered as a subsidiary. All right, so parami na siya, no. So kung naka-receive ka dividend ang ina nga bank, no, or other coming from its subsidiaries, no, 0%. And take note guys, exempt is different from a 0%. Okay? Kasi sa exempt, wala na gid parang wala kang babayaran. No? So wala. Dire, although wala kang bayaran, but there is a possibility, no, na parang mayara ka makakuha sa mga tax credits, no? Depende on the ruling on the BIR. Okay? So next on the royalties, bala naman ng royalties, no? Rentals of property, real or personal, profits from exchange and all other items treated as gross income they are taxed at 7%. Okay, so din sila tanan gina-tax on the gross income. Okay, gross income or the gross sales. Right? So next, on continuation on the net trading gains within the taxable year on foreign currency, debt securities, derivatives, and other similar financial instruments, it's the same at 7%. Okay? So, amo na siya ang may quasi-banking functions. So, what if ang mga financial intermediaries o mga financial institutions that do not have a quasi-banking functions? So, given siya, no? So, the interest income, the same sa kagina sa mga lending activities. Kung more than 5 years or less, 5%. Kung maturity period of more than 5 years, it's 1%. So, from all other items, 5%. Wala na sang 7%. Tanan, maliban sa lending and mga 5%. Okay? So, gets? So, let's proceed. Okay? So, lang. So, let's proceed. Ano naman ang tax rate na ginahatag on the international carriers, Let's define first what is international carriers, International carriers that is doing business in the Philippines shall pay a tax rate equivalent to 3% of their quarterly gross receipts derived from the transport of baggage or mails from the Philippines to another country. Okay? To another country. Okay? Take note international carriers. So meaning, kung local carriers, hindi sila dinadala. Alright? So there are two types of international carriers. Ang airplanes, and the shipping, which is the cargos o mga barko, and the gross receipts, kung diin gina-matter or gina-base ang ilang para tax rate, shall include but not limited to first the total amount of money or its equivalent representing the contract, the freight, the mail fees, deposits applied as payments, advanced payments, and other service charges and fees actually or constructively received during the taxable quarter from the cargoes or mails originating from the Philippines going outside. Okay? From the Philippines going outside. Amo na ginataksan niya, pero ang going from another country to the Philippines, iba naman sila ang treatment. Okay? So, next. So, how are we going to tax that? Naka-table, Taxation on gross receipts on flights or voyages. So, unang ni ang domestic operation ng hamal ko. Niya kagina sa babo, international, ang explanation sa babo is international. Ano ang treatment, on the domestic operation dito? Please follow the table. So, domestic carriers, 12% VAT. Okay? VAT siya. While sa international carriers, pag passengers, wala. Kay domestic ya ako namin dire. Okay? So, ang domestic operation, within sa domestic, dire lang sa Philippines, nagalibot-libot, they are considered as a vatable or a 12% VAT na taxpayer. Now, let's go here sa international operations. So on the international operations, when we say of outgoing from the Philippines going outside, incoming from the Philippines from the other country going into the Philippines. Okay? So dito sa outgoing first, Sa outgoing, pag domestic, okay? 0% VAT. Okay? 0% VAT. Take note of that Dain ang 0% sa exempted. Okay? So international carriers, outgoing is exempt, pag passengers. So pag passengers gani exempt, But pag mails ang diri sa babaw, 3% other percentage taxes, 3% OPT. Okay? So when incoming, coming from outside of the Philippines, going inside of the Philippines, all of that is exempt. For the purpose or for the reason nga ang payment nila yung sang ticket isalin niya sa outside. So ang income nga na-earn nila is not from the Philippines, but halin niya sa ibang nga bansa. So wala na sila bayaran niya tax. Okay? And the same no nang sa ginatawag nga international committee or mga tawag sa nga if wala kung kita dito pa kanto is wala man kita ginataksan no. Syempre sila kung magkadto sila hindi man nila pagtaksan or di man naton sila pagtaksan. Okay, so next, percentage tax on domestic carriers and keepers of garage. Take note naman sini ha, land transportation ini sila, okay? I mean, domestic carriers and keepers of garage naman, no? So, may table mo ko later. So, a common carrier is any person, corporation, firm, or association engaged in the business of carrying or transporting passengers or goods for both land and water or air, no? Kompleto. So, in offering the services to the public. Take note ha, domestic, hindi na international. Subong, domestic. So, for the purposes of the percentage tax, no? Common carriers include cars for rent, hire-driven, no? Transportation contractors, persons who transport passengers for hire, and other domestic land carriers in the transport of passengers, except owners of bangkas, mga gagmay nga barko, and owners of animal-drawn two-wheeled vehicles. Okay. Next, the gross receipts of that common carriers, no, derived from their incoming and outgoing freight, no, from their incoming and outgoing freight shall not be subject to the local taxes under the local government code. No, and the tax law is silent about the pedicabs, but this business may qualify as business for mere subsistence. No, and when we say of business for mere subsistence, these are businesses no, that are generating income at less than the 250,000 gross sales a year. No, and these are businesses no na gintukod sa mga tao to help their daily expenses or for their daily living. Okay, so hence they are considered as exempt from business tax. No? Anong mga business for mere subsistence? So atong mga tiyangge, no, mga gagmay nga mga negosyante, no, na naging create nila ang business for their own living expenses. No, nga may very very small or minimal nga gross sales, right? So what are the rules no on the common carriers? By land, no? Pag passenger gani 3% tax. Pag baggage vatable, no, so vatable under sa 12%. By water or sea and by air both they are vatable. Okay? So may na. Next, minimum presumptive gross receipts for common carriers and keepers of garage are. Hindi na ko sure no kung may updated nga rates. Pero do sa pagkabalo ko amo man ni sa Japan, no? These are common carriers, mga land carriers and keepers of garage, no? So first, no, let's go for the jeepney for hire. Mga jeep, okay? So Manila and other cities, pag quarterly 2,400, pag monthly 800. Okay? Guys, and there's no need no nga lagpaton nga na isa-isa. You only need to understand each and every parang account or every topic, no? Hindi man siya magamit kung lagpaton yung gid. So it can't help you, no? But you try to understand everything, no? Wala sang memorization. Okay, pag provincial, no, 1, 2 and 400. Now, sa diri sa bus, no, ano ang ruling sa bus? Kung not exceeding 30 passengers, ang passenger capacity ha, pag quarterly 3,600, pag monthly 1,200, no? So, and take note, no, it is taxed individually. So like kung 'di ba ang series trading, 'di ba? Ang series trading damo sang bus. So ang tax nila is based on the individual buses, okay? So next, exceeding 30 but not 50, 6 are. Okay? So exceeding 50 passengers are quarterly, are ang monthly. Okay, so may na siya. Next, taxis, no? Sa taxis, Manila and other cities, 3,600, no? 1,200 naman sa monthly, okay? Quarterly, monthly. Other than the cities, no? And Manila to 4 and 800. Next, car for hire. Ano yung car for hire? Kung which, ano sa, um, parang, ano ganyan sa, parang may driver, no? Chauffeur, no? Chauffeur, okay? So, kung may driver, no? Yeah, kung may driver, no? 3,000 ang quarterly, ang monthly 1,000. Pero kung wala sa sang driver, 1,800 and 600. When I say wala driver, hindi nga wala hindi driver, but wala ang pagrenta mo sang car or ang salakyan is hindi included ang mag-drive for that specific car. It's either ikaw lang mag-drive or may ipa-drive ka nga iban. Pero kung may ara sa sang driver na gin-offer or ginkuha mo nga driver nga halin sa company, so iba ang rates nga bayaran nila. Okay? So muna siya for the common carriers. Next, amusement taxes, mga entertainment places. Paano na sa Tayan, bayaran sang tax, I'm sorry. And please take note nga initial nga tax is only given to the operators, okay, the owners. So, proprietor, lessee, or operator of the following amusement places shall pay the following respective tax rates on their quarterly gross receipts. Iniya, para mo ito sa parang operator. But, iba pagidya ang tax on the betting sa pagtaya mo. Kung nagdaog ka, then, nagdaog ka, no? There are different tax rates also for that. Okay, so note that other operators of amusement places such as bowling alleys, golf courses, and billiard halls are battable. So now cinemas and theaters is not subject to this national amusement tax because it is exclusively subject to local amusement tax. Okay? Take note it is other than no sa ginabayad nila kay may mga sinihan nga gabayad VAT, may mga sinihan gabayad percentage tax. Iniya ginabayaran mo nga tax as part sa ginatawag nga amusement tax. Okay? So first is the place of boxing exhibition, 10%. Professional basketball games, 15%. Okay? Cockpits, cabarets, night or day clubs, no? Mga club, mga tawag nyo, diskuhan, ng mga clubs pala. Okay? So ano siya? Sa high alay and racetracks na mga kabayo, no? Part na sila, 30%. So now, kaya may condition. So the gross receipts for professional boxing, ang sa una, are exempt from percentage tax under the following conditions. Kung ma-meet mo nga conditions, ang tatlo, may tatlo nga hindi ka magbayad 10%. Pero ano ni siya? Number one, if ang boxing match is a world or oriental championship, no? Number two, at least one contestant is a Filipino citizen. No? For example, kung maghampang si Pacquiao sa Pilipinas, no? And championship ilampangan, and siya, Pinoy, and the promoter is a Filipino citizen or a corporation of 60% which is owned by Filipino citizen, automatically you are exempt from paying this amusement tax. Okay? So, kung si Pacquiao may boxing world championship match, then siya ay Pinoy, of course, and ang tag-iisang company, ang promotor, no, is kay may promoting agency mo si Pacquiao is siya man, hindi exempted siya on paying the amusement tax. Okay? So next, for the purpose of the amusement tax, gross receipts embrace all receipts of the proprietor, lessee, or operator of the amusement places. Now, said receipts include income from televisions, radio, and motion picture rights, and mga pay-per-view. Okay? So in any, a person or entity or association conducting any activity, no, to the tax herein imposed shall be similarly liable to the said tax with respect to such person of the receipts derived from him or it. Okay? Excuse me. So illegal cockpits, yung mga illegal na sabungan, no? How are they going to be treated, no? The persons who are engaged in the same operation such as illegal tupada or cockpit are also taxed 18% of their gross receipts. Okay, kung malakpan sila, it's supposed to be mga illegal, hindi naman dapat na-tolerate yan eh. Kung malakpan sila, they are, maliban sa penalty, they are subject also for the 18% na tax. Okay? Next, tax on sale, barter, or sale of stocks, no? Listed and traded through the local stock exchange or through an initial public offering. How it is going to be taxed, no? The sale, barter, sale or shares of stock listed and traded through the PSA, no, other than dealers and securities, is subject to a tax of 50%, no, 50% of 1%. So wait lang. Parang okay, so ang tax nila, no, is subject to 60% of 1% based on the gross selling price, gross value in money in the shares of stock sold, no. So this percentage tax is commonly known as stock transaction tax. Okay, so the same shall be paid with the seller or transferor and is collected by the stockbroker who affected the sale. So the stockbroker shall remit the tax to the BI within 5 bank days from the date of collection. So ano yun siya? No? For example, I'm a trader. No? I'm a trader in the stock market. Okay? Now, if I'm going to buy a stocks, no, in the stock market na listed sa PSE, no, through a broker, of course, may mga tax ako bayaran sila. No? And if, no, I will sell it, no, automatically, it is deducted to my account, no, in a 60% of 1%. Tag ang PSE na lang, or ang broker, I mean, ang responsible on remitting that. No? So meaning, before magkadto sa ako na kung selling na parang profits or selling, it is already net by this stock transaction tax. No? So the tax on shares of stock sold or exchanged to an IPO, so paano siya tax, no? So the sale, barter exchange, or other disposition through the initial public offering of shares of stocks in a closely held corporation is subject to the following tax rates. Okay, based on their gross selling price and gross value in money and proportion of shares sold. No? Based sa gross selling price and the proportion of shares. If, no, it is up to 25%, 4%. If over 25 but not over 33, it's 2%. If it's over 30%, no, take note, 1 shares sold na sa it is 1%. Okay, now, next, okay, so the tax on franchise. What is a franchise? No? So generally, franchises are vatable. Exceptionally, however, there are only 2 types, meaning duha lang sila, of franchise that are specifically subject to percentage tax under the NIC. Okay, so first, on the radio or television broadcasting companies whose annual gross receipts do not exceed 10 million, 3%. But kung nag-exceed siya 10 million, may debatable. Gas and water utilities, 2%. Okay, so ano-ano mga vatable franchises? Electricity, telecommunication, transportation, private franchises. Mga franchise bala sa mga franchise ka Jollibee, mga Nasal, no? Hawking, mga siya. So next, tax on life insurance premiums. So a person, a company, or a corporation, except purely cooperative companies and associations, no, doing life insurance business of any sort in the Philippines is subject to the 2% of its premiums collected. So whether such premiums is paid on money, notes, credits, or any substitutes for money. So the following shall not be included in the gross receipts for the insurance company. Premiums refunded within 6 months after payment of account or rejection risk, no? Reinsurance premiums, premiums from life insurance of non-residents received from abroad by branches of domestic corporation, firm, of association doing business outside the Philippines, no? For example, may insurance, no? And para may premium sila na na-receive coming from their clients abroad, so they are not part of this percentage tax. Excess premiums are variable contracts in excess of the amounts necessary to insure the lives of the variable contract owners. 2% of the premiums collected. Next, tax on agents of foreign insurance. So under the Republic Act 10001, reduced tax on life insurance premium from 5 to 2. So therefore, the tax on agents of foreign insurance is 4% now. Okay? Excuse me. So tax on overseas dispatch, message, or conversation originating from Philippines. Ano naman siya? Mga messages, conversations, coming from the Philippines, going outside. No? Kung mga pariente ka mo sa guwa sa una, di ba? May mga telephone ka mo or the phone call ka mo sa ila. So they are taxed. No? Pero ang ginataksan na niya are those originating from the Philippines. Okay? Pero ang coming from outside, hindi na sila nadala sa atin nga territory. Now, how it is taxed? The call origin is Philippines. If ang destination is Philippines, 12% VAT. From abroad to the Philippines, 0% VAT. Okay? From the Philippines to abroad, 10% overseas communication tax. Okay? Tandaan nyo na, 12% kung domestic, 0% from abroad to the Philippines, and from Philippines to abroad, it is 10%. Okay? So next, winnings from horse, no? Horse race or high ally. Hindi naman niya tax on betting kagina ya, tax on the amusement place sa lugar. Eh, what if nagdaog ka pag isang sa bet, pagtaya mo nagdaog ka, so you are already subject to these taxes. So if winnings in horse race or hal ally in general, 10%, no? Winnings from double, forecasting and trifecta bets, 4%. Owners of winning race horses, it's 10%. Now, ano yun siya? No? Kung tag-iya ka sang kabayo na nag-race, you are taxed 10% of the winning of that winning horse. And if the same time, gintayan mo man na siya, in dagdaog, you are also be paying the 10% of the total winnings. Okay, so I included a summary here, no, of that specific percentage taxes. So meaning sina all other businesses, no, as long na hindi siya sang vatable or under sa 12% ng VAT, no, 1% ang bayaran, no, ng percentage tax. So from the banks, 5.1%, 7%, international carriers 3, common carriers 3, amusement places 10%, sa boxing 15% sa basketball, 18% sa mga cabarets, 30% sa ano tong sa high ally, no, sa mga racetracks. Sale of stocks 60 of 1, no. During the IPO 4 to 1. The franchise is 3. Pero 2 lang, di ba? Itong wala gay signature. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so life insurances 2%, 4%, or 5%. No? Overseas calls that 10%. Amusement betting, it's 10% or 4%. Okay, so ano siya, no? So if you have anything na gusto ipamangkot, no, or questions, feel free to message me, no? And for some clarification, of course, hindi ka mo maghuya-huya, no, and tell me kung ano na siya. Alright, so thank you everyone for listening. And so ang next, no, next na tong discuss, no, sa atong business taxes will be the introduction to value added tax na, no, ano bala na siya ang value added tax. Okay, so thank you and have a nice day everyone.